For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees, so fair. Today is Wednesday, the 18th day of March 2026, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you are a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. And to remind all of our road users, especially those coming or going towards the eastern part of the island, the new changes taking place at the CUC. I think I refer to it as the King's Roundabout, CUC Roundabout. There are lots of changes, so you want to be extra cautious. And those of you who are aggressive drivers, you want to sort of bridle in your aggression so as to accommodate those persons who are being cautious or sometimes over cautious or extra cautious as far as navigating our roads is concerned. So you want to be patient, you want to be considerate, you want to ensure that you observe the rules of the road, and things should go quite well. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-out is proudly supported by Coca-Cola and the Credit Union. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. From generation to generation, Coca-Cola still a Cayman classic. And the Credit Union. Credit Union looks forward to serving the Cayman community for the next 50 years and beyond. Let's do that over. And the Credit Union looks forward to serving the Cayman community for the next 50 years and beyond. Those of you who have lost loved ones, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery. And Mr. Joel Wilson, our colleague here at Radio Cayman, we want to give you a big shout out this morning as usual as well. Hope all is going well with you. So folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy and sometimes dangerous roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out in the local, regional, and international scene. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of being your host. My name is Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. We have a toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow, so if you're calling from a Flow number, you can call us toll-free. That number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990, WhatsApp number 925-3261. So let's first look at the birthday shout-outs again. For the Record, birthday shout-outs proudly supported by Coca-Cola and the Credit Union. So we will start by looking at yesterday's birthdays. We see that Miss Georgette Myers celebrated her birthday yesterday. We hope that she had a happy one. Also, Natasha Wilson-Jean celebrated a birthday yesterday. We see today Miss Glenda Dilbert Davis celebrating a birthday, as well as Tony Green celebrating a birthday today. Other upcoming birthdays on tomorrow, the 19th of March, Amber Tatum celebrating a birthday on the 19th of March. I do have a few more here as well. I think I sent, okay. This one, they want to send birthday greetings to a daughter, Kelly Forsythe, whose birthday is on Thursday, the 19th of March, wishing her an awesome happy birthday and to let her know we are so proud of her. These greetings are coming from Mom and Dad and brother Alistair and the Fluffers too. So happy birthday greetings in advance going out to Kelly Forsythe, coming from Mom and Dad and brother Alistair and the Fluffers too. I'm sure there's another one probably coming in soon. Here we go. Yes, here we go. Happy birthday greetings to Cheryl Reed, coming from Tommy and the crew at TCE Paint Shop as well. So Miss Cheryl Reed, happy birthday greetings coming to you from Mr. Tommy and the crew at TCE Paint Shop. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday or any other momentous occasion, please share that information with us right here on For the Record, and we will give them a birthday shout out. Of course, the For the Record birthday shout out proudly supported by Coca-Cola and the Credit Union. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes from generation to generation. Coca-Cola is still a Cayman classic. And the Credit Union looks forward to serving the Cayman community for the next 50 years and beyond. So we have no guests in the studio, and our usual guest today is a busy day for them at our Parliament, starting early this morning. So we will have an open line for you, or open mic, whatever you want to call it, for the duration of the morning from right up until 10 o'clock. You're welcome to call in to share your views, to raise any issues. All that we ask is that you observe the rules of decorum. You want to be polite, not aggressive, and not to defame anyone as well. We're going to first of all look at some of the headlines in our local media, local news this morning. I am going to start with looking at the Cayman Compass and what the headlines there. There's one I'm going to share with you because it has to do with a local artist. The big headline news is White House steps up pressure on Cuba amid power outages. And, we have always commented that if any action takes place militarily or otherwise takes place in Cuba, we are likely to feel the effects of it once people decide that they're going to leave the jurisdiction. And in most instances, when they leave illegally. So they normally end up with us. Some of them normally end up with us right here in the Cayman Islands. Other news, blockchain.com CEO hails Cayman's crypto potential. Then there's an article, Cayman undefeated as it wins International Cricket Council T20 World Cup qualifier. Congratulations to them. Then an article, look up stargazing at Sunset House. And this one that I'm going to share with you after we take our caller is Al Ebanks' sculpture entitled, quote unquote, Shell, installed at the Central Scranton Park. So we're going to talk about our renowned artist, Al Ebanks, and share this article with you. Meanwhile, we do have a caller, but why don't we go to our commercial break first, Miss Susan, since we have 1 minute. Then we'll take the caller after. This way we don't have to interrupt to go to a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Harold Banks, 1914-1997.
Mr. Banks began his career at sea at 14 and was a seaman until his retirement. He was also an accomplished shipbuilder. Mr. Banks volunteered for the Vietnam War and fought for the United States. He was a faithful member of the West Bay United Church, which he served as a manager. He was an honest employee and a good neighbor who always had time to visit the sick and bring a little hope and cheer to them. He was married to the former Enid Ebanks. His hobby was building intricate and beautiful miniature ships in bottles.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Saturday, April 18th, will be the gathering of the future. The gathering of budding scientists, budding botanists, budding engineers, budding medical specialists, marine biologists, systems architects, and much, much more. The Rotary Central Dr. Bill Rudy's Science Fair will be at the Arc Commander Bay, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. The gathering of the future. students from over 15 schools across Cayman. Save the date, April 18th. The Rotary Central Dr. Bill Rudy Science Fair, sponsored by CUC, supported by the Cayman Motor Federation. Sign up today. RotaryScienceFair.ky. The future is sparking.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Hey, new drivers. Don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Yeah, let me tell you, no AC when I was a boy. I still remember just how good an ice cold Coca-Cola was.
The part is, the coolest moms and dads always had Coca-Cola or parties.
The sound when you pop the top, and the fizzle, and that, after that first sip.
Coca-Cola, from generation to generation, that ice cold bubbly. Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic.
When you join the credit union, you're not just a customer. You're a member owner with one equal vote. As we celebrate 50 years, our members continue to share the benefits. Enjoy strong dividends on shares, competitive loan rates, and the lowest lending fees on the market. Plus, we're the only lender returning up to 2% of loan interest to our members every year. For 50 years, we've helped Caymanians save, borrow, and build brighter futures. That's the credit union difference. Visit creditunion.ky to learn more.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. We have a caller online. We're going to just give a quick birthday shout out before we go to our caller. Person wants to send birthday wishes to daughter Jean Richards. Those birthday greetings are coming from Father Linville and Mother Georgette. So, Miss Jane Richards, happy birthday greetings coming to you from your dad, Linville, and from your mom, Georgette. Let's go to our caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm pretty good. Still a little bit congested, but
yeah, I heard it. Yeah, but you still sound good.
Thank you.
And you're out here.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I would like to also send happy belated birthday to Georgia Myra, Miss Georgia Myra also.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and see, I heard you what was it, on Monday, playing referee with the former and the present MP.
Yes, yes.
And I acknowledge that Mr. McLean had a point, but I think Mr. Bryan articulate his point fairly well. I think, I think he did pretty good. And even though I also acknowledge Mr. McLean's point, but I too acknowledge Minister Bryan, Deputy Leader Bryan's point, and he is at the time the elected member and a politician. So he's representing people of his constituents, and whether it would look like what he did was right or wrong, at the end of the day, he getting points for being the one to stand up for the lesser person. The lesser person don't care whether the politician, what he have to do is wrong for him to get what he wants, He just want it because he know that he expected from that particular person that he voted for. So being a politician, and where I think Mr. Bryan, Deputy Leader, had a point, was that his broadcast would not prejudice the outcome because it's not a jury-driven case, to prejudice the outcome. So I thought that he might have thought that out well before he actually made his statement. But yeah. So I want to jump away from that, OC. We talk about. Remember, I told you that this lady had told me about the process you got to take for the seaweed and all that kind of thing. And I remember, OC, about 15 years ago, good friend of ours was in the government at the time, and they brought up the problem, or a solution for the problem with the iguanas, the green iguanas, and they too were shot down by the same Department of Government about protecting the iguanas. And at the time, the way the law was written, it was written iguana, not blue or green or pink or yellow, just iguana. And they wanted then, 15 years ago, to change it, but they never did it. And they left the iguanas to take their course. And it cost us, over $7 million 15 years after. $5 a pop. 1 million iguanas was caught. Over $7 million. Okay, let's say now, well, not let's say, it's a fact that we got certain individual that take to the sea to make a living, a few dollars, where the government deem it to be illegal. The conchs, the lobsters of the season, they going in the environmental park areas and stuff. So now that we have who is very detrimental to our tourist product, meaning crowding the beaches, destroying the beaches, why don't we get put a coil in on the seaweed, and the same little guys that are going out and conchs or lobster, let them go out and collect the seaweed in their little boat or whatever they can go out in before it come to shore. And then I don't know how we'll compensate them, whether we'll weigh it per pound or per boat or whatever, right?
Do you think that will put a dent in the the amount of seaweed just using those small boats? How impactful you believe that would be?
Well, I didn't thought we could have put a dent that quickly in 1 million iguanas.
Yeah.
But when you put out there that are $5 a pop, I did a friend of mine tell me he made $45,000 and he got a steady job.
Wow.
And he got a good job.
Wow.
But just because he was equipped with their gun or whatever, he on his spare time, and he did go into the bush. Well, see, after he killed everything in his area, he stopped after making that amount of money. He didn't have to go in the bush. So I think if you put I think you'll get people to go out there and collect it. Maybe
once you
give the other guys an option.
Yeah,
from going and get the conks and wilks and everything else.
Yeah, once you incentivize them, from a financial standpoint, yes, okay.
Yeah, so I think that might be that, and every bit that they collect, that'll be less to come on the shore, and because every guana that they kill, that was less guana to lay 60 and 70 eggs per season.
Yep.
So every little bit that they collect. And if they're getting paid, see they got to be out there from dark till sundown, back and forth. So yeah, we could put a dent in it, and like I say, every little bit that they collect will be a lot less to come shore and interrupt our beaches, and not only that, kill all the. I don't know how the environment could be trying to protect that, allowing it to come shore. When it comes shore and it crowds up, the beach, it kills everything underneath because it becomes milky and no sunlight, no oxygen. So it kills all the little fishes that is along the coastline, all the little octopuses and everything. So here you are protecting one invader and killing out our native species, So I don't understand their logic of their thinking, So I think that might be something also we could do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We have to do something to address it, and if it isn't going to be addressed on a large scale basis, like you suggested in terms of the type of boat or vehicle that can be used to remove it, then to do it on a much smaller scale, especially in those areas of the island that are most impacted by.
Yeah. We could do that. I got 2 boats now. I'll be out there too. I'll be out there all day.
You should have declared an interest right away before you brought
right?
it up.
Yeah, I'll say, hope you feel better soon.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope I'll have to do less talking this morning, and we'll get more calls, from people wanting to talk about different things. So, have about a minute before we go to headline news. I just scanning some of the news here. I see where we have some representation over in Bermuda at a pickleball tournament taking place. Bermuda welcomes Caribbean at pickleball opening ceremony, and it talks about players from Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Antigua and Barbuda and Jamaica were welcomed by hundreds of spectators with local dignitaries on hand at the official opening of the championship. Also, this may be good news to many. This is coming off the Guardian. Says that, come on, OC, find it here. Markets rise as investors welcome Iraq's deal to resume oil exports via Turkey. That's coming from on their business end of things. I will share that with you during the course of the show as well. Right now, we have reached the top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. First response managers spend 8 days training up.
We are training the people who we call our bronze commanders. So they are the people, when you have an incident, when you have a problem, an accident, whatever it is, a crisis, they are the people who are on the scene at the beginning, making those fast decisions in the early hours.
Her Excellency the Governor Jane Owen tells CIGTV the three-phase program marks a significant step forward in Cayman's capacity to coordinate and respond to major incidents effectively. By the end of this first phase of the program, 32 incident commanders across 7 agencies successfully completed the bronze level certification, equipping them with the skills needed to coordinate operational responses across all government agencies during emergencies. Course facilitator Paul Dutton.
We've ended up with 32 trained bronze commanders and 15 instructors in bronze incident command, adding to the resilience and the future benefits for resilience across Cayman in its emergency response.
The next phase will expand the program to develop, quote, higher level command capability and deepen interoperability across all participating organizations. And speaking of emergency response, how ready are you if Cayman gets hit by a tsunami?
So part of Caribbean is to just go through that plan and practice that. So vertical evacuation for persons along the coast and remaining there until the official all clear.
Tiffany Young with Hazard Management Cayman Islands says the country is preparing for Carib Wave 2026 tomorrow, which is an earthquake and tsunami training exercise.
Carib Wave is regional, happens every year. Last year we focused on the education sector, but we found that they are so robust in their response. So we're switching over to the tourism sector this year. Very important to our visitors and residents in terms of national safety.
You're encouraged to join by doing a full drill, prepping your bug out bag, or even just watching HMCI's earthquake and tsunami guidance video. If you do plan on getting involved, they're asking you to register at tsunamizone.org. As part of this year's exercise, the local National Emergency Notification System NENS app may, quote, emit loud alert tones that should last about 5 seconds each between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. For more information, visit caymanprepared.ky.
They blame the politician for not keeping the district or constituency tidy or otherwise.
The environment minister is asked about roadside litter cleanup efforts in Parliament.
The director of the Department of Environmental Health has advised that there is no staff complement assigned exclusively to a dedicated roadside litter crew. At present, 6 persons are assigned to roadside litter collection activities and 4 environmental health officers are assigned to litter investigations and enforcement.
The Honorable Catherine Ebanks-Wilkes told MPs litter is picked up by existing collection personnel across all 3 islands and districts, primarily along main roads and highways on a weekly schedule that aligns with residential waste collection.
Over time, staffing within the department has increased to ensure the continued delivery of essential residential waste collection services, which has allowed for greater operational attention to litter collection activities.
Adding that at this stage, quote, there are no plans to further increase the staff complement, but government instead intends to address the issue through legislative matters, including the recently passed litter amendment bill, which hikes up fines for littering. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Israel says it's killed Iran's Minister of Intelligence, Ismail Khatib. There's been no confirmation from Iran. The Israeli military said Khatib played a key role in the arrest and killing of thousands of anti-government protesters earlier this year. Israel's carried out more airstrikes in heavily populated areas in the centre of Beirut as it escalates its offensive against Hezbollah. The Lebanese authorities say at least 12 people were killed, among them the head of political programming at Hezbollah's Al-Manar TV. Iran's continued to launch air attacks against Israel and across the region. Israeli officials say 2 people were killed in Tel Aviv when they were hit by shrapnel. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
When I first started going to Healthcare Pharmacy, it was because it was convenient. But over the years, I continued to shop there because I trusted them. One day I was picking up my prescription, and the pharmacist noticed an over-the-counter medication in my basket. She said, "I hope that's not yours. It will interact with your prescription." And I thought, wow, thank you. Trust is so important when it comes to your health. Healthcare Pharmacy, with 2 locations, Grand Harbor and Governors Square, where they care about my health.
K-Fest 2026 is in full swing, celebrating poetry, film, dance, concerts, visual arts, and so much more. Follow Cayman Culture Socials to see it all. It all culminates on Saturday, March 21st with Red Sky at Night, happening at the Harkwell Theatre grounds, featuring local art, crafts, live music, dance, storytelling, interactive activities, and more. It's an event for the whole family. Pre-sale tickets are just $10 adults and $5 for children. Visit ticketsplus.ky to secure yours today. Red Sky at Night, the grand finale at K-Fest 2026.
Sponsored by Ministry of Culture, Commander Bay, Coca-Cola, Webster's Tours, What's On, and Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 81 degrees. Relative humidity is 77%. The barometric pressure is 29.93 inches and rising. The wind is north at 6 knots. Overnight low temperature was 78 degrees. Synopsis indicate a chance of showers will increase as the day progresses due to a stationary front to the west of the Cayman Islands and moisture being affected from the northeast. Initially, most of the showers are forecast to be offshore, moving across the islands tonight into Thursday. A thunderstorm advisory is in effect. Winds will be light and seas will be slight to moderate. Radar imagery shows scattered showers with isolated embedded thunderstorms, mainly towards the northeast of the Cayman area. Now, the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times with a 60% chance of showers and isolated thunder. Temperatures today will be in the low 80s. Winds will be northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Thunderstorm advisory in effect for today and tonight as well. Forecast for tonight, calling for cloudy skies with a 70% chance of showers and isolated thunder. Showers will be locally heavy at times and temperatures falling near the low to mid-70s. Winds will be northeast at 5 to 10 knots and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 8:49, low tide this afternoon at 3:14, with a high tide again tonight at 9:30. The sun will set this evening at 6:35 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:30. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Thursday night. Thereafter, a ridge of high pressure is forecast to build across the northwest Caribbean, and some northern and westerly swells are possible on Saturday. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Hey folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. Should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snacks and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble, sorry folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the entertainment. Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on! We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Britcay. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. is brought to you by The Light Room. Tired of being unwell and struggling to find the energy and vitality to live the life you desire? Come get recharged from the inside out at The Light Room. Our non-invasive, holistic energy enhancement system detoxifies and energizes the body, enabling self-healing and balance. Book online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL, 38 Pasadora Place, GT.
RC Fusion is proudly brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, Farmers and Artisans Retail Market, and My Canda Cleaners. RC Fusion, weekdays 10 a.m. to 12 midday, right here on Radio Cayman 89.9.
RC Fusion.
Radio Cayman Energy.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. Let's take a look at what's happening on our road, see what's slowing, what's flowing. Coming from the east, heavy traffic on Shamrock Road and Rex Creighton Boulevard. I can see 2 cruise ships in the spots area, so that might be adding to some of the traffic coming from the east, and traffic on the Linford Pearson Highway, also heavy and slow-moving traffic on Cool Road. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, steady traffic, as well as Agnes Way, delays expected. Or in Roberts Drive, flowing pretty good, as well as coming from the Westway 4-way stop. Edward Street, no issues there as traffic is light to moderate. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue flowing at a moderate pace in both directions. Little steady traffic heading towards the Georgetown area on the West Bay Road and for the Ritz, and heading towards the West Bay area moving at a moderate pace. Coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway, traffic is steady but flowing, and steady but flowing traffic on North Sound Road, Industrial Park area moving at a moderate pace. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket.
Craving something new? Dive into Subway's new seafood subs. 3 recipes inspired by the flavors of the coast, including the crunchy seafood bliss, the scrumptious chipotle tuna crunch, and the delicious breaded fish and ranch sub, made with our new breaded fish nuggets. Subway's new seafood subs. 3 recipes made to rock the boat. Only at Subway.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
What matters most to you right now? The cost of living, housing, jobs, healthcare, safety? The Cayman Islands government has set 7 national priorities for 2026 to 2028, focused on areas that affect daily life, from preparing Caymanians for opportunity to improving quality of life and social stability, to strengthening Cayman's long-term resilience. Learn more about the 7 broad outcomes at gov.ky/priorities. 7 priorities, 1 Cayman.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio, so the phone lines are open in the event that you want to call in and voice your opinion or to share some important information with us as well. Please feel free to do so. Toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. So if you're calling from a Flow number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. This person says, good idea with the CV cleanup. Person says also that they hope they do not pay by the weight, though, because it could bankrupt the country says most water initially and mixed with sand. So it usually ends up with water and mixed with sand. So it probably have less sand if it is collected before it reaches the shore. Of course, if it reaches the shore, then you're going to end up with the sand being mixed with it as well. Do we have that caller, Ms. Susan, yet? We have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning,
Calling
good morning.
Yes, I'm calling from Cayman Brack.
Okay.
I don't know about the topic, but I would like to say something about the flights from Cayman Brack to Grand Cayman for people that is sick over here and needs to get down for tests over there when the referral people send you.
Uh-huh.
So either you get down on Cayman Airways. Most of the time, if you get down, you can't get up. If you go down, you can't get back up to Cayman Brack. And that plane that they got flying in here is too small for the people here for Cayman Brack because they have a lot of tourists coming in here. So I don't know if somebody could do something about that because, I mean, people that go down for health reasons can't get there or get back.
Is there a particular time of the year when traffic is much heavier, or is this throughout the year?
No, it's most of the time because, I mean, sometimes you can get down, sometimes you can't. Somebody was supposed to go down tomorrow. So you could get down. I had to take the jet back on Friday night, 7:30, and the people too sick to sit down there and wait till 7:30 in the night to get back up. And I mean, I don't know why Cayman Airways, they can't put a little bigger plane in here to accommodate the people. I mean, this is going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And the jet service is how many days per week?
I don't know how many days she comes in here. I don't keep up with it, but I think she goes out of here on Saturday. And I think she comes back in here Friday night, 7:30.
Uh-huh.
And when you go down for a test and you go back to the airport 1:30 to get up, you don't feel like sitting out there till 7:30 and getting up here to Cayman Brack.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that's too sick for that. I mean, if you can go down and get back on the 1:30 flight, that's fine. So you go down just usually for one day or so. Or not the whole day, but to get done with whatever test you got to do. Some of the tests are 10 minutes, some of them are like more, but you can get back by 1:30 if they have it. But, I mean, most of the time I had to cancel. I couldn't even get a person down for Thursday that had need to go tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get down unless they wait till 7:30 to come back up, and the person just not able to do that.
Right. So we continue to hear these issues being raised by individual Brackers in terms of their situation. Has anyone considered maybe getting some sort of a pressure group, a group of people together, be it in consultation or coordinated with your members of parliament to see how this can be addressed? Because like I said, we continue to hear it from individual members of the community, but, there is, the saying, there is strength in numbers. So maybe Brackers may want to get together, form some sort of a committee to try to see how they can resolve this issue and how they can then also make their representatives or the representatives of Cayman Airways know exactly what is taking place and have a concerted effort to try to resolve it?
Well, the only person I know that represents Cayman Brack is that Nicholas over there, and I don't know how often he comes up here, but he's the one supposed to be fighting for us over here in the Brack, so I don't know. I haven't tried to call him because it's hard to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm. But you do have two representatives there. Yeah.
I don't know who the other one is.
That would be former Premier, Miss Julianne O'Connor Connolly.
Oh, yeah. I hardly ever see her. But anyhow, I mean, Cayman Airways, they need a little bigger plane. I mean, this is ridiculous for the Brackers that are sick need to get down there and get back up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nope.
People that are old, older people.
Yeah. Either that, or you put the facilities in the BRAC that so that people don't have to come to Grand Cayman. Maybe it's reaching that stage now as far as the population is concerned, that rather than having to come to Grand Cayman for various reasons, that we have those facilities over there.
Yeah, but they're not going to put all of those buildings in here for specialists that come up here. I mean, it's, I don't know if they have the land for it or not, because, I mean, even this hospital up here in Cayman Brac is too small for people.
Mm-hmm.
They need to add on to that. They need to get a few more doctors and nurses up here in Cayman Brac. Because when you go there, sometimes you got to sit there from morning till after 12 o'clock in the day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because So
they need to add in more. They need to add some more building onto the hospital and get some more doctors or something in here. I mean, this is ridiculous for Cayman Brac.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, and also when you get down to Grand Cayman, the hospital staff, they're treating you, unless they know you, and that the fact that you're coming from the BRAC, you're being treated just as any other patient. So you're not giving any special dispensation in terms of being dealt with, so that you can get back to the airport to catch your flight or whatever. Understood. Yeah. My suggestion would be that this is a situation that is not unique to one BRACer, but to all BRACers who may face medical issues and have to travel to Cayman, and you band together and start to place your influence where it will make a difference.
Yeah, well, I have talked to some of the people about getting a letter up and trying to do something, but I heard one particular person just a few days ago there. I was coming out of the hospital down there, and I heard one guy say, "Oh, man, I've been trying to get to Cayman for 2 weeks," and he was cussing Cayman Airways you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is very, very, very hard up here in Cayman Brac.
Yes, I understand, and I really feel for people in the BRAC, and hope that the situation can be addressed. We have heard the call for years now in terms of what type of aircraft is best for Cayman Brac, and it doesn't appear as if that has been resolved to everyone's satisfaction. And of course, we realize that we can't satisfy everyone, but what they say, 60 million Frenchmen can't be wrong, So, yeah.
Well, the thing of it is they have they have so many of the other people that's coming in here from other countries and stuff, and usually the flight is just full. I mean, it's sickening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, maybe I'll get a hold of Nicholas, or if I ever see Julie, because she's hard to get a hold of too. But, I mean, it's a situation that Cayman Airways, I mean, that plane is just too small for Cayman Brac.
Got you. Thank you very much. I hope and trust that people are listening. Those, who can make a change are listening as well. We have another caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. This is Kenneth Bryan, and I want to say a special good morning to everybody who's listening, and to Miss Susan in the back.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm really saddened to hear about what's happening in the BRAC. I just want the lady to know that, I represent everybody, so I'll listen to exactly what she said, and I'll definitely bring it up with our party and the representative, Miss Juliana O'Connor-Conley, to see if we can investigate on how to get some of those matters resolved. I can just speak from a past ministerial position that we did intend to upgrade the planes from the twin auto props to I can't remember the exact model, but it's a larger model so that it can travel to Cayman Brac with about 30 odd people. So it's a lot larger than the small ones, because it is kind of cramped, particularly for elderly persons getting in and out of it. Because obviously jets going to the Brac all the time is the cost component is a factor there. And we definitely need to upgrade our planes. So I will ask some parliamentary questions in respect to that. I was hoping that I could have gotten on while she was still on, that lovely lady that is called in, because I've never thought about it before, but if somebody has to come to the BRAC, do they have to pay for their own flight to come to see the doctor? because that's kind of unfair to the people of the BRAC if they would have to pay for their own plane to come and see the doctor over here. I mean, Cayman BRAC is still a part of the Cayman Islands. Now, a person in the forest you can go is East End, but it's only a couple dollars gas to get to the doctors. While you know, a flight to Cayman BRAC from back and forth could be easily over $100. I think it's an added expense, sadly, and you obviously have to weigh out the cost of putting in more infrastructure in the BRAC, which can amount to millions of dollars, and whether the cost-benefit analysis is there for the population. So I'm going to ask some questions about where the government sees that relationship and whether we can do some better efficiencies for Cayman BRAC, because it's sad. I know what a lot of elders go through on plane rides. My mother doesn't even like the plane and don't like to fly, and she's from the BRAC. So it's hard for her to go home quite often. It takes a lot for her to get on the plane to go to BRAC. So the older you get, your fears and mobility reduce, right? So anyway, that's not what I called about, but I want her to know that there's other representatives who are listening, and I will inquire about it, and at the very least file a parliamentary question, because we're coming back to Parliament in late April, so we can get it publicly addressed. And I'll talk privately also with Minister Nicholas DaCosta and the Minister for Health to try to see if we can get some answers to the concerns that they have. I can't make any promises, because the government is the decision makers in respect to the numbers, but maybe some applied pressure can improve the circumstances in the BRAC.
And also, if I may interrupt you there, and we're going to give you as much time as you need. We may have to go to a commercial break, but also maybe when making appointments for persons coming from the BRAC, that should be taken into consideration when those appointments are made, what time, and also when they get to Grand Cayman, to ensure also that they are given priority due to the fact that they have to travel back to Cayman BRAC or Little Cayman.
It sounds like a logical thing to do, you know, like have like a pink slip or something like that with their first priority in the morning so they can get back. I'm quite sure there's an easy fix. Maybe they just haven't put their minds to it. But from your mouth to their ears, and it is definitely to my ears, and I'll do what I can to try to put the added pressure for them to try to resolve it and improve it. That's all I can give a commitment to today.
Okay, let's go to the. Sorry,
I was just saying, common sense. Obviously, we can figure this out some way, or shape, or form.
Yep. At least some temporary solution to it. We're going to take the commercial break so we don't have to interrupt you to go to that break when we return. Mr. Bryan, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Hey, new drivers. Don't just drive smart. Cineco and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cineco motor insurance. Learn more and register at cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market. K-Fest 2026 is in full swing, celebrating poetry, film, dance, concerts, visual arts, and so much more. Follow Cayman Culture Socials to see it all. It all culminates on Saturday, March 21st with Red Sky at Night, happening at the Harkwell Theatre grounds, featuring local art, crafts, live music, dance, storytelling, interactive activities, and more. It's an event for the whole family. Pre-sale tickets are just $10 adults and $5 for children. Visit ticketsplus.ky to secure yours today. Red Sky at Night, the grand finale at K-Fest 2026.
Sponsored by Ministry of Culture, Camana Bay, Coca-Cola, Webster's Tours, What's On, and Radio Cayman.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're going back to our caller, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, Member of Parliament and Deputy Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Bryan. Mr. Bryan, are you there? Okay, he's not there for some reason. I'm sure that he will call back, but... He's there? Okay.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, I apologize. I put my phone on mute during the break just to make sure I'm not making any noise in the background.
Sure, no problem.
So good morning to you again, and good morning to your listening audience. Wednesdays are normally the days for the opposition, but we have some important meetings this morning at Parliament. So unfortunately, we weren't able to come in, but at the very least, we can call in to give you some updates on some other matters. So I appreciate you allowing me to call in. There's one particular thing I'd like to highlight today that myself, as a representative for Georgetown Central and the Cayman Islands as a whole, I'm doing a resume workshop this coming Saturday, which is the 21st of March, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. this Saturday at the Constitutional Hall in Georgetown. For my more senior persons, the Georgetown Town Hall, as they would call it, but now renamed Constitutional Hall. And this is for all of my constituents in Georgetown Central. I know we continue to have problems with getting people employed. And though I wish I had the power to be able to get every one of them a job, which I don't, unfortunately, but we can help them on the path to getting there with their resume building, interview tips, helping them get prints of their resumes. I'm trying to also get USB sticks for everybody so they can have it electronically, particularly in a day like a world like today. People want things electronically. Hopefully, most people who will come to the job career resume building workshop will have some sort of smartphone that once we help them, tighten up their resumes and give them some review on best tips, they can add the new updated resume on their smartphones, because in most cases, people are paperless today, but we will still have printed machines there so we can print out a couple of copies of your resume, because there is a upcoming job expo, which is actually a Chamber Careers Education and Training Expo that's coming up soon, the following week. And we want to try to get as many people who are unemployed, underemployed, or just want to update their resumes to make sure that they look a little bit shinier and better to maybe improve their circumstances. It's one of my commitments to try to help in the job placement area.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know about the opportunities within government already and how to help you get a job. I heard you said something on Monday, which was so pertinent in today's day, which is it's not like the way it used to be, where you can call Mr. Johnson or Mr. Markfield and say, I sent him a son down. You know somebody who knows somebody. It doesn't work like that anymore. You really have to compete in this world. I think the government is trying their hardest from an immigration policy perspective to protect the job opportunities for Caymanians. But that culture will change over time. It's not going to change overnight. In the interim, we have to continue to try to improve our people's opportunities. And the best way to do that is shine as bright as you possibly can when you go to these opportunities to present yourself for work. So this is part of my commitment to my constituency. So all Georgetown Central constituents who are looking for work opportunities, come let me help you present yourself and prepare yourself for whenever you do look for a job interview-wise, going to the job expo, or help you show you how to look for it. Because sometimes people I hear a lot of people who just go around and say, well, I dropped off my resume there, drop off my resume there. And most times people don't recognize that dropping off a resume when there's not a job opening, most HR persons just put your resume in file 69, and they never see it again. They only keep these resumes when there's a job opening. So teaching them little tricks and trades about how to best get the opportunity is what I'm hoping to accomplish. And also, outside of training them for that, keep a tally of who's unemployed in my constituency. And see what best ways that I can help them. Because I though I may not have the authority to say you must hire my constituent, I can help improve by going around looking for it. I really wish we had some more opportunities within core government, because every Caymanian that I know now today would rather work for government. And that tells you a lot because of job security components and job treatment. But, we have to work within the rules. As MPs, we have no authority over the hiring practices, but we can definitely hold them to account when it comes to comparisons and abilities of our people and why they should be considered first before anybody else. So this is a part of my job as an MP for Georgetown Central, and we want to invite everybody to come on down. If you're already employed, that doesn't mean you can't come through. So again, I'll say it one more time. This is the resume building workshop for Georgetown Central. We're having it this Saturday, which is March the 21st, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's at the Constitutional Hall. So calling all my constituents seeking employment or new opportunities, come and join us. And if you want to pre-register beforehand, you can send an email at reception.gtc@outlook.com. Again, that's reception.gtc@outlook.com. Or if you want some more information, you can just call 924-3010, 924-3010. I'm hoping that I can assist my people in any way I can with working opportunities. So, Mr. Connor, thank you for allowing me to come on. Hopefully we can get some job interview preparation skills going on with my people, help them with their resume, give them some copies, and let them know about the Job Expo and also how the work program works, the WORC portal. Because a lot of people don't quite understand that portal and the benefits of it. So I'm really trying to get somebody from work as a government employee to come in and go through, because we'll have some computers set up and show people how they can do it. Because a lot of people don't take advantage of that opportunity and see that there's true benefits in it. So hopefully we get a lot of turnout. Or if it doesn't get a lot of turnout, that may mean there's not a lot of people in my constituency who need to work. But based on my normal feedback, there's a couple of my people in my constituency. And I'm so sorry. I'm not suggesting that nobody else can come from across the island. But I have a small team, and it's only me as an MP, so I don't have the resources of government. So I have to focus on Georgetown Central. And once I get them sorted out, I'm happy to expand it further out into the community. But I have to focus on my people first before, as they say on the airplane, put your own mask on first before you help somebody else. But yeah, so thank you so much for that. We look forward to coming back on the show.
Certainly.
Wednesday. Sorry.
Before you go, a few things you mentioned. Number one, that even if a person already has a job, they're welcome to come, because there are persons who may have a job now, but it is maybe not the job that they want or the job that they're qualified for. So, that's a good reason to also to attend. One of the recurring issues that has been identified also, Mr. Bryan, is contact details on a resume.
Yes.
And, how can people be contacted? Because if they give numbers and they're unable to be contacted, then potential employers, will say, I tried to contact the individual, but was unable to contact them. So clear and concise contact details need to be provided as well.
I have to agree with you wholeheartedly on that, and I want to double down because there seems to be a culture of changing numbers quite often.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you have to be disciplined enough, even if you're in circumstances where, you can't pay for your credit or what have you, that the providers here allow you to transfer your number with you if you have to go to a different one, and at the very least have enough credit on it to receive calls, which is free. But you have to have that contact going. And the other thing is that you need to have the ability to have email via phone. People operating mobily, you shouldn't have to wait to get back home to a desk. If you're out job hunting and somebody responds to you at 1:45 in a day, you're supposed to see that email come in right away or that phone call come in right away, because job seekers, our employers, they take away something from the fact of the not being able to contact you. And they see it as a level of reliability concerns. Like I called, I couldn't get through to the person. What if I hired them and then, they're not answering the phone? So but obviously one missed call is understandable, but you have to be prompt in monitoring that. So these are little tips or things that we want to talk about with the people that are unemployed and those underemployed. So yes, you're right. Those who already have a job but looking to improve their opportunities and want advice on that, that's what we want to do. But a very key point here, and I want those who are listening who may not want work but want to assist. Again, like I said, I have a small team. So if there's anybody in the community who has HR skills as a professional, years of service, a degree in HR, and wants to help me and my team to assist my people, I would greatly appreciate your help. You can call me directly. My number is 926-0005. That is 926-0005. And you're an HR professional. You just want to come down and assist me for 3 hours, helping my people improve their opportunities for work. I'd really love your help as a volunteer, because, I know the basics about HR and how to look for work, but there's some skill sets that they may know being a part of the industry and hiring practices for years, that they can help assist in teaching our people to improve themselves from job opportunities. So again, reach out to me. It's only for 3 hours. Take half of your Saturday and come and do a good deed for the people of Georgetown Central. It would be much appreciated. But Mr. Corner, is there anything that's touching right now that you may want to take the opportunity to ask me before I run off to this meeting at 9 o'clock? Because I want to make sure I always offer my opportunity for the people. There's one question I want to ask you.
Okay, well, there was a lot of discussion and a lot of positive vibes coming back from the interaction between you and Mr. McLean on Monday. Extremely positive. Of course, people were trying to, I had some questions in terms of who was right and who was wrong. And one person that I responded to on that, I said, to a certain extent, both of you were right. I was wondering, though, personally, whether or not you thought about finding an entity to make a submission as a friend of the court, amicus brief, where and whether or not the judge would have allowed it, someone or some entity representing the public interest and submitting an amicus brief in terms of all of the positives that you spoke about, in your video, to present those, to be there, to be able to present those in this particular case, whether or not that would be possible.
I'd be honest with you, I don't know if that's possible. I haven't investigated it. Naturally, you heard the sub judice argument, so I try to stay as far away, but as close to the line as possible in respect to representing my people's voice.
Yeah.
And this is not about actually impacting this particular case, but it's no matter what the outcome is, we have to be aware of it because it's going to be a precedent-setting ruling. And a lot of people think that I was doing this to try to influence the judge. That's not what this is about. This is about awareness because we are at a transition in our history about protecting our culture and our heritage. But a lot of people think that politicians know everything. We don't know everything. And I'm certain that I think I know who that advice may have come from. If it has come from him, listen, I'm open to learning ways to maneuver around the court in a accepted manner. So if that is a provision, I think it may be a little late because I think the judge is already taking the case away to consider.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if there would be enough time for that, but I need to know that practice for future circumstances because I feel that I am the people's representative, and there's going to be other issues that I need to stand for the people, and I need to understand that practice because, yes, I would love to write to the court to say, this is the feedback I get from my people in respect to this public interest case, but we don't have a lot of those, so it won't probably come up again. I'm hoping that we don't have to have a situation like this again for some time, but I'm definitely going to learn that practice and that procedure. So in the event that I can use that as a tool and a skill set to represent my people, it will be available to me.
Okay, got you.
So there was one matter that I wanted your opinion on. I heard from one of my constituents just yesterday about a refusal on a work permit on the basis of the person being overqualified. And on the face of it, it sounds right. I mean, anything that you want to do to deny a non-Caymanian from the job when there is Caymanians sounds justified. But I'm a bit twisted about that concept if primarily a job or a work permit holder is being denied only on that basis. Because if an employer, a Caymanian employer who has a business, have done their job and done their right thing to do by searching for a Caymanian, but they just can't find one, and then they put in a work permit for a person that is qualified to do the job that they're trying to do, but that person also can do that job plus more, it seems counterproductive to stop a business owner to say, I'm asking this person to be a cashier, but they happen to have a certification in accounting. But they're willing to do that because I know it's rampant across the Cayman Islands. There's a particular nationality, and I'll say, because I don't think it's controversial, the Filipino community. In the Philippines, they have a strong education system whereby most people who come here, they're doing less jobs or smaller paying jobs, but they're quite qualified. Some of them come with master's degrees, accounting degrees, and bachelor's and associates, but they're working smaller jobs. What I'm starting to understand based on my research is a lot of people are altering their resumes to make it seem like they're less qualified because it's a determining factor for refusal if you're too educated. And I think that's irrelevant because that factor shouldn't come into play until you cannot find a Caymanian, because once a Caymanian can prove that they're qualified for the post that you're advertising, then it doesn't matter about the non-Caymanian worker. It only comes into play when you cannot find a Caymanian. And you're disadvantaging, in my opinion, an employer to say, I happen to get somebody with even stronger skill sets. I mean, if somebody is cleaning my yard, but also is intelligent enough to do other things, I only see that being a benefit.
Well, if I could interrupt you there for a second, and just to say that, and I won't, I will put things in not addressing specifically any application, because I'm not in a position to do it. I can't do that. But in the abstract, if I were an employer and I had someone who applied for a job, but they were certainly overqualified, I would have concerns as to how long would that person necessarily stay with me with the qualifications that they have, knowing quite well that they're probably looking for upward mobility, which I am unable to provide to them based on the type of business that I'm in. So I would question whether or not I would want to hire someone who is overqualified for the position. Number two, I would also determine whether or not, as I as an employer have fairly considered those other persons who may have applied and not be as qualified as the individual, but certainly qualified for the job. And the third one would be, again, sort of almost linked to the first. I, as an employer, am I providing, opening a door, leaving an opening for someone to get into the work permit system, job opportunities in the Cayman Islands by employing them in a job that they're not qualified for, running the risk that later on they will then want to move to another employer. Those would be my comments there, sir.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, hopefully you don't mind me disagreeing with you a little bit. Yeah, because I'm actually trying to learn the reasoning, because you may understand the reasoning why that provision is there. I may be just not getting it based on my common approach. I just don't see the rationale. Like for the first one in the back, if they're not qualified for the position, they shouldn't get it, regardless of what their qualifications are. Mm-hmm. So that's a non-issue. The second point is, with the recent changes of not being able to job hop, that would no longer be a relevant point, because we've made that change to say, they're coming in on a lower job, but they have more skills.
That's not in effect yet, though. That's not in effect.
Agreed. But once the law comes into effect, which is going to be in April 1st, mm-hmm. or the 2nd, I think they're going to change the date so it doesn't come on April Fool's Day. But once they change that, it will be in effect. So that will be a non-issue. And you said before about an employer should be worried about that. There's some employers who are not worried about that. There's some employers who feel, and that's how it came to my attention, because an employer said, Kenneth, this makes no sense. I've done my job as a Caymanian. This is a proud Caymanian, by the way, mm-hmm. who said, I want a Caymanian first. And they went through weeks and weeks, over a month, trying to find a Caymanian for a particular job, couldn't find the person. Then they said, okay, I'm going to go on to the next step, which is to find a person outside of the Cayman Islands. Found the person, didn't realize that you can be disqualified or refused on the basis that the person meets the qualification but more. And I'm still not convinced that makes sense. But I'm willing to learn and understand why, because unless it comes from a perspective of fear of this is an employer who's misusing the system and disguising it under, they want a job for a lesser position, but they actually really got them doing accounting in the back or something like that. I'm waiting for the work officials. I'm going to put in a parliamentary question about it. Mm-hmm. But the business owners and workers need to understand what's the rationale behind that, because I can see it being a negative impact on employers as well. Okay. Anyway, I think I got your opinion. I would love to hear other people's opinions, and particularly employers. Have they experienced this, and do they think it's logical and fair? But I'm happy to listen to the show while I get ready for this meeting, okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, we're way beyond the commercial break now. We probably have to combine this and headline news all in one. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
She hear clunk and our car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Babe, not tonight. You keep poking me and I need to be rested for meetings tomorrow.
What? I was almost asleep. That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about, not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
How much you need to move depends on which stage of life you're in. Children and adolescents ages 16 to 17 should engage in 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity daily, such as running, climbing, and jumping rope. Whereas seniors aged 65 and over should aim for at least 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity activity, such as brisk walking, along with strength training and balance activities at least 2 days a week. Your health matters. Let's step into Wellness Cayman. Log on to gov.ky/MoveItCayman to join the challenge today.
Ready to launch your career in hospitality?
If you're an ambitious young Caymanian, the DART Hospitality Training Program is your opportunity to shine.
This paid 4-month program gives you hands-on experience at world-class properties like Kimpton Seafire, the Ritz-Carlton, Hotel Indigo, Hampton by Hilton, and Bonnie Moon Beach Club.
Plus, DART has partnered with Lynn University to deliver an intensive 2-week hospitality curriculum from an accredited institution.
Gain real-world experience, learn from the industry leaders, and open doors to full-time careers in hospitality.
Applications close April 6, 2026, with programs starting May 2026.
Apply now at dart.ky/hospitality.
Celebrating 50 years of broadcasting in the Cayman Islands. This is Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have another caller on hold. We're going to take that caller now. I'll just say to the caller, we're going to have about 4 minutes, and then we have to go right back to headline news because of the extended period on the last call. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, all citizens. Elvis. How you doing?
Morning. I'm good. How are you? Long time no hear.
Yeah, but you can hear now. I say, I listen because now I got very good memory. Now the leader of the opposition right now, he one of the mean one that we're talking about. You can't take away people's land, because if the Cayman Island government wanted to do it would been there 25, 30 years ago. But they just keep nicking just to try to get points on it, right? It can be done. It didn't have to go this far, right? No. I listen to the deputy leader now. You remember I told you, you got representative and our cabinet is anti-Caymanian. Now, listen to me good. The man said that he was representing a businessman, a Cayman businessman. Lovely. I'm a Cayman businessman too. No, he representing him because an overseas person looking a permit is overqualified. What about our dear beloved Caymanian born and bred that go and get a good education and come back looking a job? And they tell them you're qualified.
Mm-hmm.
They are the next generation. They are the ones that our representative supposed to be standing up for, but no, they just let them fall through the cracks and cover them up in politics. It's a shame. Look at Minister Miles. He button for the Caymanian, right? Oh, see him?
Yes, I'm listening. Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback. And anyhow, what I'm saying, all of a sudden Mr. Bryan gonna start a job fair. Why he didn't let up start that long time ago? Him and his partner there from Donovan in charge of immigration. Because they didn't know. They don't know job fair can come in.
No, it's not a job fair that he's having a resume writing workshop.
Yeah, it's see. Oh, see, if it walks like a duck and quack like a duck, it is a duck.
No, no. There's a difference. There's a difference in this case between a duck and a bird.
Okay. So, but the main thing is, he's trying to get people employed, right?
Or get them make them employable, so that they can be employed.
So what is Minister Miles doing? He's not doing the same color red.
He's doing, he's doing, when you're talking about as a minister, or you're talking about the program that he had before, which was Inspire Cayman.
I talk about as a minister right now. He's telling them the same thing that I hear Kenneth Bryan tell the people just now.
Yeah.
Make sure you're answering your phones and all that. That is the same thing that minister won't hear telling people over and over and over.
There's a government department. There's a government department that assists with clients with that as well. Yes.
Yeah. see. Now you can replay what was said on your thing. I can put it back on my phone. Minister Miles told the people, you have to communicate. You cannot give this number to your friend number, and when they call, they can't get hold of you. That's what the man said.
Yeah. We talked about that on Monday. Yeah.
It's just like going to look a job with your pants are showing and slippers on. All that. Yeah, but look here, and I hear the same.
I'm going to interrupt you here. Do you want to hold on so we can go to our headline news? I don't want to cut you off. If you can hold on. Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold on.
Thank you very much. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The Minister for Home Affairs and the Cayman representative to the UK government are making the rounds this week. They started with the government office hosting a breakfast for Caymanian students studying in the UK before the pair held meetings with the UK's Shadow Minister for Business and Trade and the Shadow Foreign Secretary. In international news, Israel says Iran's intelligence minister has been killed in an overnight strike. It comes after Iran's top security official was also killed yesterday. Iran has not yet commented on the deaths. Meanwhile, Israel has launched a series of strikes on Lebanon's capital Beirut as it continues its offensive against Hezbollah. Retaliatory strikes by Iran and its allied militia groups continue across the Middle East. In Israel, 2 people were killed in Tel Aviv with blasts and drone interceptions reported in Dubai, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. Earlier, the U.S. military said it used bunker-busting, quote, deep penetrator bombs to hit Iranian missile sites along the Strait of Hormuz, a vital waterway for transporting oil that has been effectively blocked by Iran since the war began. In Iran, residents say they're living in constant fear, with one saying, quote, leaving home is like gambling with my life. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're going to our caller who we had on hold, Mr. Elvis.
Right there.
Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, I say, well, see, you know, I ran for election, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, three things that I was really strong on, that was education. I said with all the money that's going through here, if we took 0.25%, 0.5% from that, every Caymanian that wanted a scholarship, it could be to study anything, and it could be funded through that funds. We would have our own teacher. We did not put no emphasis in teachers, you know. Teachers getting $20,000 a year, and they're coming back and they're making little and nothing to dedicate, because it's dedicated to the next generation and the next one. They should be getting full scholarship 30, 40 years ago. That's why we don't have no Cayman teachers. And OC, you know this for yourself. When you going to school, if any teacher is from a different area and a student is there, they're gonna look at it that more than the Caymanian. It's a natural human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you with me? Hey, this is real. Okay, you look. Let's be real now. Look for the people that got the Cayman Status Grant. I mean, different nationalities that got it, that got their business going. How much of them have Caymanians hired? How much? Just take a little check. Take a check. I know people from Honduras, Jamaica, America, different places that had business here for 35 years, and they hire anyone people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know what they can do it? Because they came on, you don't have nobody representing them. Or they sing the song, but they don't dance it. You know, and another thing that I would deal with, agriculture, right? I said, I know what I'm living on now. And with the salary that would be making, I could donate half of my salary to agriculture and teaching. And one of the things that I said, bring it in the children. My grandmother got me from time she made me plant beans, and I watched how I was growing in peppers. I was hooked. And I was 6, 7 years old. And I'm 67 now, and I still farming. Make every school from the kindergarten to the high school have a nice grow box. And they compete every year at the show. And the winners, they get a field trip to different parts of the world to see how agriculture is done there. And then we would be really serious about agriculture in our island. Listen now, we got a society of young people that I know I can get them to plant weed, but they don't want to go to jail. You understand? But you get them about planting cassava and pumpkin and yam thing, they can look at you and laugh because they did not do it as a child. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look here, when you check this out, see, if your father was a doctor and your mother was a nurse, you like to go in a field, you know.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well, I know all the time now, right? Not every, look here, all Caymanians were fishermen one time. You remember that, right? Mm-hmm. Then we moved on to sailing, and now we're into building, we're into different things now, right? But we had a beginning. Yeah, it's not like a dream with no end and no beginning. We had a beginning somewhere.
Yep.
But all along, the thing, anything that it takes to deal with the Caymanians right away, it is just put on the back burner like how you're cooking rice, slow. but when it comes to anything, let's see, we had people breaking the law now for 15 years on those scooters, right? Up and down all over the road, breaking the law. in the eyes in the public, because they're not riding them in the bush. And when the people started complaining and the traffic getting worse, you know what we done? We got together and say, okay, and I got license now, but we giving on 3 months to get a license, and we are going to talk to the insurance companies to see if they got license this thing, change up the speed limit, to clog up the highway, and tell me something, or see, 99% of people that is riding the scooters is foreigners. I stand to be corrected on anything that I say.
Mm-hmm. But do you know now that the compliance is way up there? Those same people are now complying with the law. I have heard that.
Look here. I heard the deadline is up now, right?
Yeah, it's already passed.
Okay. I stand to be corrected again, but I could swear I seen Mr. Walton, the chief police, say that so far, cause he know the two companies that insuring him, and so far he said in only like 11 of them has done what it's supposed to do. And I know we got a lot more than that, but like I said, I stand to be corrected. But I don't think a lot of them is going in and doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay, let's change gears a little bit here now, right? You're a businessman. Tell us how you, as a businessman, what you're confronted with as far as Caymanian applicants, and what do you do when you receive Caymanian applicants for any jobs that you may have available as a businessman?
Well, see, when I started my business, my wife ran it, and then I hired my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin worked with me for 13 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And when she had problems, health problems, my wife, we looked around, we tried to get a Caymanian, maybe advertised it that it was in the black. You know, you had to pay rent, and we couldn't get anybody. So we got somebody that was married to Caymanian and could work, and we hired that person. Then after that, when my wife got over, I had to get permits because I couldn't get no Caymanian to work.
Why couldn't you get Caymanians to work?
Because most of the people that because you know you had to put it through work, right? When they found out that the business was in Cayman Brack, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Right? To move Cayman Brack to work for me, because I might have a small business, you know. I want to hire two people.
Yeah, I'm talking about really employment in the BRAC, really, you know. I'm talking about BRACers, in employment. They're not necessarily persons who would apply from Grand Cayman.
Well, see, you got BRACers that was Grand Cayman, and some of them coming back to work in good jobs.
Yep.
And you got Caymanian that moving over here and working in good jobs.
Agreed.
And some of them need starting their business.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, see, when I had my construction business now listen to this. I had 17 guys working for me when my business was really booming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had 11 of them on permit. And 6 was Caymanian. Now, I would go to people's place and see, I can't make up these things, you know. I can't make these up. And most of them was Caymanian, and they was telling foreigners. So when I introduced myself, I say I'm Iron Man rum shop. Owner Iron Man construction. These are the houses that I built. You can call Mike for my thing to see how I produce. And before you hear it on the street, I went to prison for ganja and guns, but I never went there for stealing, right? Mm-hmm. Because the people were telling them that, so I had to put that up front. And now, see, I went to work, bid on a certain person's job. I came on and I called the name. And they say, Elvis, we see how fast you building the houses and good work and things, but we won't give you the job. But they need about 3 guys on my team that they didn't want because they went to Northwood. Mm-hmm. I say, I would Northwood with them, you know. And I will be responsible for them. But I said, well, tell me something now. I went to Northwood too, you know. So you can forgive my sins, but the other three Cayman, you can't forgive their sin. You know, I will look at them and told them, get somebody else build your house. Thank you, I can take care. They might have went to prison, but they might camp does in my mason, and I don't need your job with that attitude. And a lot of people, you know what they say? They would go to the Cayman and say, boy, I got this job, but I can have to bring somebody in until I finish this job because your record not. No, I didn't do that.
So what you're telling me basically is that you encountered the same challenges that other Caymanian employers are encountering now when it comes to hiring Caymanians. I not gonna have that problem anymore because my business is sold. I'm out of there this week. Okay.
And I don't have no construction. And what I want to do, I guess I'll have to do that when I'm down under, grow marijuana to sell, to heal the nation. But remember now, you know, the people now that want the marijuana, the foreign companies or Cayman-owned companies or whoever they are, the pharmaceuticals, say that their patients want the medicinal marijuana out of Jamaica because that one grow in the open sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
So I am asking our government now and the governor if we could do something to get some sunshine in the Cayman Islands. Obviously, we don't have that. Or ours might be a little different from Jamaica. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to leave us there. I've given you a lot of breath this morning. We have reached that point in time where we have to take another commercial break. We do have other callers on hold as well. So thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, for that. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
What matters most to you right now? The cost of living, housing, jobs, healthcare, safety? The Cayman Islands government has set 7 national priorities for 2026 to 2028, focused on areas that affect daily life, from preparing Caymanians for opportunity, to improving quality of life and social stability, to strengthening Cayman's long-term resilience. Learn more about the 7 broad outcomes at gov.ky/priorities. 7 priorities, 1 Cayman.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
Hi, my name is Sarah Sue, and my most fond memory was listening to Radio Cayman growing up in Cayman Brac. My late grandmother always played Radio Cayman, and to this day I still listen to the station. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. Thank you for the memories and for the best music. And thank you for providing music to the sister islands from day one.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I just want to say to our WhatsApp messages that I do have them and I will share them with our audience as time allows as well. But we do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Hi, fine, thanks. It's been quite a few months I haven't called into your show.
It has been, yes.
Yes, I forgot most of what I was going to say because I was so busy listening to Mr. Elvis. He's always entertaining and informative. But I will say these two things. Number one, I see a number of MPs putting on these workshops for resumes and so forth, and that is great. I hope they all take advantage of all the different platforms in order to get that information out there that they're having these workshops. What I also wanted to say is that I would encourage the MPs to also put on workshops to let their constituents know about the, oh my God, what's it called? No, I forgot. Anyway, expungement process. Because you know there's two different expungement processes, and I don't believe enough of our local Caymanians know about the processes and are able to take advantage of the process. So in trying to make our Caymanians employable, I think that this is a major factor that has to be taken into consideration. I know Minister Miles is probably listening, and I, again, encourage all MPs to consult with the governor's office and try to put on workshops in their constituencies to explain and give information about the expungement processes, because we do need to have many of our people go through that process in order to help them become employable, because, of course, many of them, have records. I also want to encourage government, as I have been advocating for since 2023, to revise the Spent Convictions Act and Regulations. I can't remember their exact titles at the moment, but I have been working on those since 2023 and advocating for changes to that act. I believe it was mentioned in Parliament last year or the year before. I think it may have been MP Saunders and I believe Mr. Panton also at some point. And so I want to encourage government to try to address that in some sitting this term, this year if possible, and that in itself will also contribute to making our Caymanians employable, because some of the spent conviction times definitely is outdated in my view, can be revised to result in smaller times of spent convictions being applied. And in terms of what MP Bryan was saying, I forgot most of what he was saying, but I want to say this as a Caymanian who went away to educate myself, and upon returning home, I applied for jobs. I think I may have said it on your show already, or the afternoon show, but upon applying for jobs before I returned home physically, I was met with the same information where it was said some businesses were saying I was overqualified. Some businesses were saying to wait until I got an island to have an interview. I had to actually physically put that I am a Caymanian on my resume by a staffing agency. I won't say the name, but they required that I actually put I am a Caymanian on my resume, and I haven't seen that done in maybe over 20-something years. And so there are, I'm sure the minister and the departments, relevant departments, all know about these things, but it is a major concern for companies telling Caymanians that they're overqualified. And if you think that you qualify for the job and you're capable of doing it, you at least deserve the option of an interview to see whether or not it would be a good fit for either party. So that's all I have to say, and I'll leave you with that, Mr. Connor. Great discussion this morning.
Thank you very much. Any other caller on hold, Ms. Susan? One more caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Mr. O.C., good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you? Good to hear your voice.
Likewise. I'm sorry that you're not your usual bubbly self this morning.
I'm trying.
I know. Well, speedy recovery to you, sir.
Thank you.
And good morning to Radio Cayman. Good morning to Cayman near and far. A couple of things, but first and foremost, tomorrow is my Minister of Home Affairs' birthday.
Okay.
So we'd just like to wish her a very, very happy birthday when it comes tomorrow. And to let her know that I will soon be going to get the turtle. I thought about asking Laura Graham to cook it for me, but I know she said she prefers mine. So
Okay.
he lost out there. Last night we listened to a replay of parliamentary proceedings, and I heard the Honourable Minister for Culture, Mr. Isaac Rankin, Mr. Rankin, talking about, he said that they were looking at updating the sort of historical and buildings and cultural site register. And they identified like 300, I think he said 300 odd sites in Cayman, so including buildings and just sites, just land in its raw state. And the thing about updating the register and this and that. My only comment there would be that I hope that they, in updating the register, they make it enforceable that some buildings and sites not only being identified on the register, but there are some mechanisms in place that in order to do certain things to these buildings or sites have to go through a particular process. I'll give a good example. In town, we had the old meat market that was sold. That was a focal point for a lot of Caymanians to meet and greet and get some good turtle meat from Mr. Henry Bush. Saying that to say this, we have the post office, the library, and the Constitution Hall, formerly known as the Georgetown Town Hall. I think they all have this National Trust historic building signs on them, but there's nothing. The National Trust doesn't own them. They're owned by government. There's nothing in law that would prevent the current or future governments from selling any of those three sites or to quote-unquote renovate them in a new architectural style. And I think those things need to be put in place in our historic preservation, because unless the land is bought, donated to the National Trust, and they hold it in perpetuity for Caymanians, there really isn't any other legislation, at least not to my knowledge, that would prevent any of these buildings or sites from being bulldozed. Dr. Roy's house was a good example.
Yeah, the old fort. Old fort is a good, even a better example as well.
Yes, precisely.
Fort George.
And look what we did with the port building, at North Terminal. They put this wall there so you can't see the sea, so they had to put some painting on it. I mean, come on, we have to be a lot more sympathetic to our roots. Yep. So I would just like to encourage government to, put some thought and enforceable legislation in place so that these buildings and sites will be there for future generations.
Yep.
Okay. Some very interesting comments made on the show this morning, sir. So I don't want to eat up any more time from any other callers. So I'll bid you all good morning and have a great day, and do get better soon, sir.
Thank you very much, and thanks for your always very valuable input as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, I have a WhatsApp message that's been sitting here for quite a while, and it's, almost an hour, and it is significant and substantial. So I want to share that with you. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Consumer Price Index Rental Survey conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office is now underway. The survey aims to collect data from residents of the Cayman Islands who are renting properties. The ESO invites participation in the Consumer Price Index Housing Rental Survey, which the ESO will conduct in February, May, August, and November each year. The CPI survey helps to calculate the inflation rate or the changes in the cost of living in the Cayman Islands. Trained ESO staff with ESO ID cards will administer the survey. The individual information is confidential in accordance with the Statistics Act. No individual data will be published or disclosed. Survey data are exempt from Freedom of Information requests. For more details, please call the ESO hotline at 516-3329 or directly at 244-4602.
2 decades strong, the 20th annual Cayman Brac Agriculture Show, Saturday, March 21st, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Agriculture Grounds of Songbird Drive. Animals, antiques, art and craft displays, baby show competitions, demonstrations, and of course, Cayman Brac style and various international dishes on sale. Featuring entertainment by J.R. Douglas Band, Berman Scott Band, and the Cayman Islands Folk Singers. Only $10 for raffle and entrance. Children 4 to 10 years old, $5. And free for children 3 and under. Raffle tickets $10 for a grand prize of US $3,000. The 20th annual Cayman Brac Agriculture Show, Saturday, March 21st, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Agriculture Grounds of Songbird Drive. Brought to you by the Sister Islands Agriculture Show Committee.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. WhatsApp message received earlier. Person wrote, "Good morning. The future of our country is open to shocks, negative impacts, and volatility from world events. Are we doing these islands justice by going budget to budget, hoping that our revenue sources are sustained while those same revenue sources are themselves vulnerable to world shocks? That is why we should seriously explore putting in place a sovereign wealth fund With the prosperity these islands have created and enjoyed over 50 years, and we are still going from budget to budget. Our citizens all say they are shut out of their paradise because of high prices, not able to purchase land, buy homes, nor live because living expenses are too high. The Sovereign Wealth Fund can undertake national infrastructure development without the borrowing. This can bring down the cost of living and make the country more affordable to the citizens. There should at least be an exploratory process started and established, yea or nay, for the establishment of a sovereign wealth fund. I want to thank that caller, or that writer, for that as well. This one came in and says, good morning. Please read on your talk show. I want to thank Mr. Kenneth Bryan for standing up for the BRAC about we BRACers need a better plane. In my opinion, 2 ATR 600 planes. That plane can carry up to 78 passengers, but can take out 8 seats so that they can carry extra freight and carry 70 passengers, leaving the BRAC 8:30 and leaving Grand Cayman 5:30 p.m. I had a doctor's appointment and couldn't get on the SAB plane, trying to book 3+ weeks in advance, and in between the planes can fly to Honduras or Cuba instead of flying the big jets with less than half full. So I want to thank that writer for that. A few things now that I want to get to. You heard me mention to MP Bryan whether or not the issue of possibly having an amicus brief submitted in this court case in relation to the government's compulsory acquisition of Red Spot, also known as Dora's Bay as well. So what an amicus brief is, folks, is an amicus brief, also known as a friend of the court. It is a legal document. It is filed by a non-party, so you can't be a party to the issue or to the hearing. Filed by a non-party with strong interest or expertise in a case to provide courts with relevant information, arguments, or perspectives that the main litigants may not have presented. They are commonly used in appellate courts to influence rulings on significant public interests, constitutional or legal matters. So, in my view, and I could be wrong on many occasions, probably wrong more times than I am right, but one would expect something like this may come from, let's say, the National Trust. The importance of preserving land for Caymanians, or preserving land that has been used over and over the years and have been owned originally by generational Caymanians as well, preserving those. One would say, well, maybe the National Trust should take that up. My comment is that we see more emphasis being placed, and these are my views now, we are seeing more emphasis being placed on our biodiversity, on our population diversity, and not enough emphasis being placed on our natural environment. And when I say natural environment, or I shouldn't use environment, our natural issues, preserving Caymanian heritage, preserving the Caymanian identity. Yes, we get these grants from the UK about biodiversity. How many times, how many arguments have we seen being put forward to ensure that in the next 10, 15 years that we have not totally lost our Caymanian identity? My answer to that is zero. We have not seen any. But yet, we see now emphasis being placed in the UK to restrict nationalities and to make decisions when it comes to refugee policy and everything else, partly, and my views again, partly to ensure that the United Kingdom remains British, even though that is extremely difficult. But my main point is that we place emphasis on our natural environment, but we don't place enough emphasis on retaining, reinforcing what is Cayman and Caymanian. And Cayman cannot be Cayman without Caymanians. Someone may want to take that phrase and put it on a t-shirt. Cayman cannot be Cayman without Caymanians. I'm just saying that, folks, because we continue. No one knows. If you were to sit down and say, well, if we continue at the rate that we're continuing as far as our population is growth is concerned, how long will it take before Caymanians will totally disappear? The whole concept of natural-born Caymanian will totally disappear. I have always advocated for us tapping into the resources of the United Nations Fund for Population Activities to talk about or look at our population growth, look at the various nationalities that we have here in the Cayman Islands, and make some predictions. Tell us what we need to do. Now, some may argue that you cannot engineer, your population and what percentage of your population is Caymanian and whatever. That's social engineering, and you can't do that. But just my thoughts, people. I believe we have a call on WhatsApp. Let's grab the caller. We have a call coming in, but I have a few WhatsApp messages as well. Let's look at the WhatsApp messages. First, this person says, I absolutely support the call for a sovereign wealth fund. There is no insurance so good as is self-insurance. I agree on that. This person has written and said, good morning, Mr. Osi, as we Caymanians need help fast. I have a young son who was trying to get a government home, is a firefighter, and they tell him he's overqualified, and I have a young daughter was trying to get one as well, but every expat can get one. It hurts knowing young Caymanians trying only to be turned down. My question would be there, is this young Caymanian firefighter, is he a member of a credit union? Has he been to the credit union and been told that he, in this case, overqualified for the maybe for the low-cost housing? But there are other avenues that he can explore. If he's a member of the credit union, let's look at the credit union. Remember the days, folks, when firefighters, they each helped each other build their own homes. That was a part of what firefighters did in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and even the 90s as well. One more WhatsApp message. This one is pretty long. Maybe I can read it before. No. Why don't we go to our last commercial break? Ms. Susan, we're going to go to our last commercial break. We do have a caller on hold as well, do we? Have a caller's hold. Two callers on hold and one WhatsApp message. So that's going to probably be it for the morning. Folks, all of you who are on hold, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our Custom Closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Hey Cayman youth, are you a student aged 14 to 17? Want to be a voice for tourism in Cayman? The Department of Tourism invites you to participate in the tourism video competition to qualify for the Tourism Speak Off and win the title of 2026 Tourism Ambassador. The winner will represent our beautiful islands for a year, winning $1,000 CI and other fantastic prizes. Submit your video by March 23rd. Email competition@caymanislands.ky for more details. Claim your chance to shine.
One of my favorite memories listening to Radio Cayman over in the BRAC was during hurricane season, waiting for the updated storm coordinates to be able to track it on the map. So I would be either by the radio or by the map. Me or my dad, whoever was closest to the radio would shout out the coordinates and the other person would mark it down on the map, and then we'd both take a look and see where we predicted the storm to be moving and how quickly it would get to the BRAC or how close it would come to the BRAC. It's one of my favorite memories. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Less than 14 minutes to go in the show. We have two callers on hold, one on the landline, one on the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller first. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. I have got two matters and I hope I can do them in 2 minutes.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good to hear your voice. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Well, yes, well, but I've been listening. And by the way, did somebody wish you a quick recovery?
Well, I'm got a head cold. I have a head cold, so I'm a little congested.
I want to join that person in wishing you a quick recovery.
Thank you.
I'm glad to know that it's just a head cold. So okay, I was listening to Mr. Elvis a little earlier on, and he spoke about school and scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
I want to agree with him. I think that Cayman has enough money to be able to give to a scholarship, a full or partial scholarship to any Caymanian who finishes school. I know that scholarships are given out by the Education Board, but I think there should be greater access to them. It takes me back to a research which was done way back by Dr. Mikana Scott when she graduated about 3 years ago, where she said that when she did the research, she found that in the schools that were doing well in the Cayman Islands, which were highly assessed, 80% of the people there were expats, only 20% were Caymanians. And then reverse that, she also said that in the schools, including kindergarten, those that were doing poorly, the majority of the kids there were Caymanian, and that is something really that has to be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
But second and last point, I called you way back about a judicial review which I have brought against the Chief Justice and her Judicial and Legal Service Commission.
Mm-hmm.
That matter is now, it will be heard Monday, Tuesday, the 23rd and the 24th of March, which is this coming Monday and Tuesday. It will be in courtroom number 9. That's where they will set up all the equipment. But the judges will be in the UK because the judges who are hearing it are serving justices of appeal in the UK. since all the current judges of the Court of Appeal had to recuse themselves. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the reason it starts at 8 o'clock is to ensure that it's not too much into the evening in the UK. So I urge people to go and listen to it. And in closing, I'll just say that its importance is we want to find out whether really the mechanisms which are in the Constitution for disciplining judges really work, because in this case I think there was overwhelming evidence, and the Judicial Commission also is being sued for the first time ever. Secondly, they have made judicial review in the Cayman Islands secret, in that when you apply for leave, when you apply for permission to bring judicial review, they have made that hearing secret, so that once your case is, if they don't give you leave, then nobody ever will know about it. I'm challenging that as unconstitutional, and that's one of the 26 issues that we're going to discuss there. Let me leave you there. Oh, by the way, I will send out to you and to everybody in the community the Zoom link. It is lawfully issued by the courts. You can share it. I will send out also the cause list. It is not illegal in any way. You can click into the Zoom link. You will be able to see the court, although you yourself will not be able to appear in the Zoom link. It's all lawful. I'll send it out throughout to as many people as I can in the Cayman Islands. I think it's a very, very important case. Thank you very much, Ossie. We'll talk soon.
Thank you very much. All the best. Best of luck as well. Let's grab our landline caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm good.
Yeah. I know I spoke about this before, this problem, right, with the hotels not taking the black grass off the beach and taking the sand and piling it up, and that's still going on. So I'm wondering, how long will the government or DOE do something about this? Because when Watchfrom and them had that hotel, they rake it in the sea, get a sail, and pick it up, and no sand will move. Either they sieve it and put back the sand, but that is still going on.
It's being stored on the opposite side of the road, right?
Right, and now we know where they're storing it, behind Foster's there, East End.
Wow.
I went through there yesterday, and I was shocked to see it, and I'm not going to stop eating squab just because they're going to ban them because, say, squab makes sand. So they better do something about that. If it were our local little Caymanians and things, they would have done stop it, like how they stop you from catching groupers and this workman snappers and all that, and speed and chicken. They only do things against us, but these people can come in here and do what they want, So, like they're blowing the stuff on the road too, they need to do something. But I realize why they're not doing something, because they have the cutters and in the middle of the road, they're cutting that grass and it's flying all over the place, which is a danger to people, the road users and things. They should just put the grass carpet there, and they don't have to cut nothing. And they need to work on the sand problem, not the moving the sand.
Yes.
From there.
Yep, I see it there every Sunday when I cross. We see more and more of it. Yes, you're absolutely right.
You can go up to behind Foster's there, that bring you up by I forget the name now, but anyway, up there, further up by there, Mr. Francis Lanius to come up there, Sunnyfield. By Sunnyfield.
Yes.
You go through that road and you will see where they're storing it now.
Yep.
And that's terrible.
Quite aware of it.
So thank you for allowing me to voice my opinion.
Thank you very much. One of our listeners also said you were so right this morning on radio about Caymanian identity. Nothing is being done to ensure that the entities called Caymanian is being preserved. Okay, couple more things. I want to give Mr. Al Ebanks some kudos and share with you this article in today's Cayman Compass. Al Ebanks' sculpture shell, quote unquote shell, installed in central Scranton Park. And I didn't get an opportunity to ask Mr. Bryan about it. It says Caymanian artist Al Ebanks has brought his abstract art to central Scranton Park in an area he has known his whole life. Certainly, yes. Best known for his large abstract paintings, his new sculpture is part of a multi-million-dollar enhancement of the park. Ebanks, who is one of the co-founders of Native Sons Artists Collective and has been called a leading figure in the development of Caymanian art over the past quarter century by the National Gallery of the Cayman Islands, was approached by the Cayman Islands government about 2 years ago to develop a sculpture for the park. The new sculpture, which is called Shell, is a powerful yet inviting piece that is intended to inspire community members to come and enjoy the space. Speaking in a recent interview with Compass TV, Ebanks welcomed the opportunity to add to the changes in the park. And he's quoted as someone who grew up walking distance from here, contributing now to this park's rebirth. I think it's amazing, he said. It takes me back to my childhood, coming here to events like Christmas parties and all that kind of stuff. There was always a function in the park. Ebanks said that he feels that seeing the space come to life again will be inspiring for the elderly because they all grew up here in this neighborhood. Then there's a part from concept to art. The concept of Shell comes from a series of small-scale works that Ebanks created that are about life. So article is pretty long. I can cover some more of it. He explained that the piece is speaking about embracing life while we are here, because after death, all life is just memories, just the shell. So it's all about inspiring people to come together and embrace life. He said shell also relates to turtles and their place in Cayman's heritage. Growing up, turtle meat was one of our main dishes. I remember walking to the farmer's market just to buy turtle for dinner. It's always inspiring to me to see turtle. Reminds me of myself, of things like endurance and resilience. The piece took Ebanks about 6 weeks to complete, which he found to be ample time. The piece goes about 3 feet below ground, several feet up above, and is made of steel and poured concrete. Ebanks utilized space in the sculpture so that people could sit in it or move through it. I kind of feel it in its simplicity, and government felt it would be a good fit for the park. Ebanks said that most of the people he grew up with in the Scranton area were gone from Georgetown neighborhoods. I feel that to have something that would outlive us, to remind us of where we came from, I think that's quite fitting to have this preserved for people to come back to and just enjoy. Ebanks also said that he thought there was a stigma attached to the park and area, And that isn't realistic. I was threatened. I wasn't threatened or felt scorned or anything. People just have to come in and treat people with respect. The Central Scranton Park is expected to reopen to the public sometime in April. And he's absolutely correct, about the perception of the Scranton area. And hopefully the enhancement in the park will inspire persons to use it, not only those who live in Scranton, those who may have lived there, and those who really want to know about our Caymanian heritage as well. How many of you remember the tamarind tree? How many of you remember Granwell Road?
For the record,
good
proudly brought to you.
Good questions, right? Tamarind tree and Granwell Road. Just one more thing before we close off, Ms. Susan, in relation to Mr. Bryan's question and comments in relation to the application for work permit that seemed to have been refused because the work permit applicant, a non-Caymanian, was overqualified for the position. I must say that there, and I'm quoting this from some training materials and stuff like that coming from our immigration law and regulations. There are two broad principal justifications for imposing a duty to give reasons. So the board has to give reasons for its refusing. These reflect the underlying propositions of public law. So in public law, you should give reasons. The decision makers must act fairly and rationally and for proper lawful purposes. So it must be fair, it must be rational, and those decisions must be legal as well. So there is no doubt that the applicant, employer applicant, would have also been given reasons as to why the work permit was refused. They can't tell the employer who they should employ, but when it comes to a work permit, the board has the ability, the discretion to grant or to refuse. In this case, it appears to be a refusal, and those refusals must be fair, rational, and lawful. That's all I can add to that, folks. I want to thank all of you this morning who participated. We did have one more that I would try to read. Yes. So take a little leave of time. I can always say I was sick and the medication didn't allow me to look at the clock and I couldn't read the clock, right, Miss Susan? It says, this person has written and I'm going to leave this until Friday. Folks, I want to thank all of you who participated this morning. Don't forget to continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Mr. Charles Glidden Charlo at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Yesterday,
today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman.